Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic and welcome back to the channel. And today for you guys is another movie review. Now today we're tackling the latest animated Disney film, Wish. Now I'm going to be straight up with you guys. This, if you saw my thumbnail, which I'm assuming you did, if you read the title, I'm assuming you did, this is essentially The Marvels, Marvel Studios, The Marvels, aka Captain Marvel 2. This is The Marvels 2.0. What do I mean by that? Well, basically, to cut right to the chase, besides leave a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, fun free stuff, this movie, in terms of The Marvels and Wish, both are Disney, but, you know, Disney doesn't make the Marvel movies, Marvel makes the Marvel movies, and Disney just owns it. But basically what the gist is that the Marvels, or the MCU had kind of a string of movies and TV shows, you know what I mean? And then they had some woke stuff too. It was like, I don't want these messages down my effing throat. I don't want left or right. Although, let's be honest, they're all left. I don't want these messages down my throat. I just want to be entertained, you know what I mean? For God's sake. And then the Marvels came out, and everyone's like, oh, that's going to be another woke movie. You know, they got a black woman, they got a Muslim woman, they got a white woman. Oh my God, there's three women, and then no one saw it. And I know there's the actor strike and all that, but basically what I mean is, the Marvels isn't woke. It's just a good movie, and no one saw it. I mean, we can say the same thing with Dial of Destiny and whatever. I guess everyone was seeing Barbie because whatever. But Wish is literally that 2.0. Wish is a non-woke, at least I couldn't tell, a very well-made Disney movie. Is it the best one ever? No. But it's good, and it's actually a hell of a lot better than what we've been getting in the recent years. And the bad thing is that, again, Disney has been putting out so much woke shit that the second they put out something that isn't woke, and that isn't just about the message down your throat, no one sees it. Because this is literally the boy that cried wolf. You know what I mean? Like, the boy's like, oh my God, woke. And then they're like, well, we're done with that. We're not giving you any money. We're not seeing your movies. And then they make one that isn't that, and it's just good cinema, and then no one effing sees it. And it just boggles my mind, because this is an actually very good movie. It ain't perfect, but like I said, I didn't see Luca, I didn't see Soul, I didn't see Strange World, I didn't see Elemental. I wanted to see Elemental, but a lot of those were woke, and I'm like, I don't want to support that. I did see Lightyear, I did review that. It's not that bad, but Lightyear I thought was an okay movie. It had some good action. But this feels like a true to back to their roots type of Disney movie. It's very simple, you know what I mean? It's kind of like Snow White. It's like there's a pretty hot chick, and she is singing, and then there's a bad guy. That's about it, you know what I mean? It's not the most deep movie in the world on the surface. And then when you watch it, and there's all again, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a lot of stuff in there that you watch and you're like, oh, okay, there's more layers to this than what I thought, you know? Because when this movie starts, and Asha is singing in the town of Rosas. They're just like singing, you know what I mean? She's singing, and you know, they're catchy songs. They're good songs. I don't think Disney has ever made a horrible song, but she's singing, and I'm thinking to myself in the theater as I'm shoving my face full of popcorn. I'm like, this is literally the beginning of Encanto, because in Encanto or Encanto, whatever, freaking Mirabel sings in a town square. Asha sings in a town square. Both are stupid hot. Both have good animation, and my brain's just fried. It's, you know what I mean? It's like fizzing out. And after that, then it starts to kind of form its own identity. And I'm like, okay, now I see where we're going. Because, you know, you see the poster. In fact, it's on the thumbnail. You know, the main bad guy, King Magnifico. He's probably the strongest, not like burly, but like the strongest written and acted Disney villain since probably the bad guy from Big Hero 6. You know what I mean? Like, it's been that long. I mean, Disney doesn't have any horrible villains, but this one's really, really good. It's a good villain song, good motives, very good voice. This movie has tremendous voice acting. Very, very strong voice acting. It's really effing good stuff. The animation is kind of like a mix of 2D and 3D, kind of in and of itself, a little bit different than what we've been getting, where it's just all traditional 3D. It still is 3D, but they have a few things in there that are kind of, a little bit different. You've probably heard in the marketing that this film is like a big return to form for Disney, right? It's like the origin story of the Wishing Star and all that. And without ruining the movie, yeah, there's a few moments. I didn't think this would happen. There's a few moments in this movie where toward the end, characters show up. And I said, oh my God, it's that character. Not out loud. But I was like, that's that guy or that's that girl. They're in this freaking movie. It was crazy. Because, like, it's an origin story, but it's not, like, the first thing chronologically ever in Disney, you know what I mean? But there are some really cool things in there that, yeah, Asha wishes upon a wishing star, and, you know, stuff hits the fan, and, you've seen the trailers, I'm assuming, but, it's pretty crazy stuff, and I'm not going to ruin it, but by the end of the movie, there's some pretty crazy stuff where hardcore Disney fans like myself, and probably you guys are like, wow, this is really cool. Because again, I don't like the Disney, what they stand for, but I do love their parks. I'm gonna be honest. Disney World's pretty effing cool. And I do like a lot of their movies. You know, I'm not a Disney hater, but I don't really stand with their political agenda. But I do like this boom. And I do like Disney when they do good stuff. And this is an example of said good stuff. And so the animation is really good. The voice acting is very good. It's always going to be good in a Disney movie, you know what I mean? Like, what are you expecting? But this, I don't know, man, something hit different about it. The music is good, maybe not as memorable as Encanto, for example, but it is good. There's a lot of cool callbacks, a lot of good Easter eggs and all that to, like, older Disney movies and all that, which is kind of cool. Again, the songs are good. The plot is pretty straightforward. You know, there's this King Magnifico. He kind of grants people's wishes and all that, and there's some nefarious stuff that goes down there. And then you see all the other stuff regarding Asha and why she's kind of the main protagonist and why she's kind of fighting the king over the wishes. Again, I'm not going to ruin it because if you see the trailer, you kind of know what I'm getting at. But I don't want to ruin it because it still is kind of a new movie. But it's just a shame, man, because again, no one's seeing it. It's crazy. Like, it's weird. You know what I mean? I know why it happened because they do all this stuff no one likes and then they make a good one and they're like, why is our movie bombing? It's like, well, it's because you have to everyone over 15 times already. But sadly, again, like the Marvels, like Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, not woke, very good movie, no one saw it. So please, if you do like Disney and you like the older ones like Snow White, you know, the classic stuff, I'm not talking Strange World or Frozen 2. Frozen 2 is alright, but if you like the older Disney movies, this does, kind of go back to that in a good way. There is like a talking goat, played by Alan Tudyk, who was in other things. He was Joker in the Harley Quinn show. I think he played K2SO in Rogue One, something like that. I just heard Joker the whole time. He's like, oh, look at me, I'm the Joker. It's just whatever. But, from the trailer, they clearly were like, this goat is going to be, Valentino the goat is going to be the funniest effing guy in the movie. And I'm watching it, and I got to be honest, one of the major negatives of this film is Valentino the goat. Some of his lines are funny, but a lot of the times I feel like he just says, every time Valentino talks, it's to make a joke. And sometimes they barely effing land. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, like, alright, cool. It's like, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? Like, all right, some of it is funny, but some of it isn't. And I feel like a lot of the time he talks, he's, really, trying to make you laugh. And, some of it works, some of it doesn't. But it's funny, there were a lot of, I don't want to say, okay, there weren't a lot of people in the theater. There were probably like 6 other people in the theater, 6, 7 other people. And 2 of them were little children. And I hate, just real quick, I hate when people call these kids movies because they're objectively not. They're for everyone. They're just movies. But what really pisses me off is that the internet calls them baby kid movies for like, oh, well, let's give this newborn fetus, let's just put him in a theater and have him watching Encanto or Wish. You know what I mean? Like, that's, stop. But the children in the theater, they had no clue what the hell was going on. They were like, they're standing up, they're throwing shit, they're throwing their popcorn. It was a nightmare. And I'm shocked my dad didn't be like, shut up. You know what I mean? I was gonna do it because it's annoying. But it was just really funny because for everyone online and on Twitter or X, all the rejects who were like, this is the prime demographic of this movie, toddlers. The prime demographic sure didn't follow the movie, I'll tell you that much. The adults were into it, but the baby kids, they were not. Trust me. I just find that funny. But, it was a good movie. My dad liked it, my mom liked it, I liked it. As far as negatives, like I said, I just had to get that out because it was pretty funny. But the Valentino goat, most of his lines don't hit. I just felt like, again, he was just trying to be funny. Some of it worked, most of it didn't. Maybe the songs weren't as memorable as Encanto. It isn't the strongest and best Disney film of all time, but compared to the stuff that we've been getting, and the fact that the Disney Corporation, Bob Iger or Bob Chapek or some other Bob the Tomato, was like, We gotta, like, literally, Bob, the guy in charge, Bob, went on Twitter. I'm just calling it Twitter, because I'm not even calling it X. It sounds like a porn site. Bob the Tomato went to Twitter and said, we have to, literally, he said this, in quotes, we have to stop pushing the message and make a movie first. And I'm like, effing thank you. That's what we've all been wanting, for God's sake. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. Just get your stupid messages out of my face. I want to watch a movie. That's all I watch a movie for. I don't want to watch a movie about the 1%. I want to watch a movie about the movie. You know what I mean? And the movie might have a message, but you know what I'm talking about when I say message, or at least I hope you do. I want a normal movie message, not the political agenda stuff. And thankfully this movie isn't like that, but again, it's a shame because no one saw it, because they had that bad taste in their mouth from the other 15 other movies that came out that all bombed because they were all woke propaganda. It's just that it is what it is. Like, that's objectively what it is. And I hate saying that, but because I want to support Disney. I want to give them my money. I want to love their movies and see them. But I'm not supporting that stuff. So thankfully, we actually do have a good movie that wasn't woke. It was actually very well made. Good songs, great animation, great voice acting, really solid plot that seems kind of, basic on the surface. But when you look into it, it's a lot stronger than what you would think. There's a lot of layers to it, which is cool. Really badass ending. I'm just going to say that. Really epic ending. I wasn't expecting it to be that awesome. And it was that awesome in the theater. It was pretty cool. There's a lot of magic stuff in the end. It was really, really awesome. So I highly recommend Wish. Again, I didn't think I was going to love it. I know my mom was like, we got to see it. So, of course, we saw it, and I wasn't expecting amazing stuff. And it's not the best movie of all time, but compared to what we've been getting, and yeah, I will buy Wish on Blu-ray. It was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. A few things hold it back from that, really high A rating. Some of the, I guess some of the humor doesn't land. Some of the songs aren't the most memorable, but overall, man, it's a pretty generally well-made movie that, just like the Marvels and Dial of Destiny, no one is seeing. So I urge you, if you like Disney, especially that old stuff, because they have a lot of good Easter eggs to those older movies, please go see Wish as fast as you can, because no one else is. So I'm gonna give Wish, I'll give it an A-. I really enjoyed it. A lot better than what I thought. I mean, it's up there with like Big Hero 6, Zootopia, other movies. I'm not a big fan of Frozen. What else? I liked Raya. That was a good movie. So yeah, I think it's good. I think it's a pretty good movie. Again, I wasn't expecting much, but what we did get, I really enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what you think about Wish. If you see it, please, hopefully you will, because again, it's a good movie, and there's no really agenda to it. It's just a good film, which hopefully Disney gets the message now that they're writing that on Twitter. Hopefully they can start doing that again, because when Disney wants to, they can make a really, really good movie, and this is an example of that. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.